Oh my goodness. What's up, everyone? Good morning. I'm a mess today because I've been trying to get stuff uh updated and working in our new animations here in Stream Elements. For those who were not here yesterday, by the way, good morning, everyone. Good morning. Welcome to the stream. Sorry that I kind of started abruptly here. Today is Wednesday, the 24th of March, 2021. I'm DSP, and I welcome you here to my final consecutive streaming day of the week. After this is like 7 straight days, right, that I've been streaming, and I welcome you here because it'll be a good day. We're gonna have Danganronpa V3 here on the first stream. There's gonna be some Fall Guys on the late stream per your requests. So let's let you guys know what's going on. There's a lot going on right now, actually, like a lot going on. So, yesterday, I decided it was time to spruce things up and improve things a little bit and try to get some new stuff on the stream. So, I wanted to bring back the tip animations that we used to use when people used to tip me. It was a big thing last year that whenever people tipped me, there was a big animation that would play on the stream to celebrate. People really enjoyed it. In fact, people went out and made custom animations for various amounts of tips and stuff like that. And it was really nice. Like, I really enjoyed having that as part of the streams. And then you guys remember what happened late last year. We had literally a criminal, a felon, a person who was buying stolen credit card numbers off the internet. Jasper, no, you don't chew wires. That's it. You're acting up so badly today. You're going to get it. He's acting up. He's chewing every wire in the office this morning. You know what I think it is? It's very cool outside today, and I have the window open, and there's nice cold air coming in, and whenever that happens, Jasper acts up. Jasper starts going crazy, and he just does whatever he wants, and whenever this happens, he wants to chew wires. I don't know why, but he just starts chewing wires everywhere. Already he's chewed my headphone wire, he's chewed my phone charger cable, and I have a twisty right here on the floor for him, and he won't play with it. Instead, he wants to chew the wires. So I just had to spray him. Don't want to, but he keeps chewing wires. He's going to keep getting hurt. You know, he could potentially get really badly hurt if he keeps chewing wires. So I'm just going to have to keep spraying him until he stops. And I know he's going to learn eventually. I don't like using negative reinforcement at all with him, but nothing I can do. If he's going to get hurt, I have to stop him, right? Okay. So anyway, all last year we had these fun animations. And then I had to stop using them because someone was buying stolen credit cards off the internet, off the dark web, and they were using those to give me fake tips constantly. And they were saying really disgusting things in the tip messages about my family and stuff. It was just really nasty. And this went on for about, well, the nasty messages were continuing for like 3-4 days straight, to the point where I had to turn off the alerts. And then after that, the guy continued to do it to fuck with my business. So the good news is I put a lot of things in place to stop that. Okay, as you know, with tips now, I made it so that essentially the only way that you can tip me is if you're verified. If you're unverified and a tip slips through, I refund it anyway. I made so you can't make duplicate tips. You can't do a lot of stuff that this guy was using and abusing, okay? So the good news is a lot of this stuff I've got protections in to stop now. But those animations stayed off for quite some time because I was afraid this guy was going to come back and start saying nasty shit. Now, in the meantime, if you remember, what happened was people have started using code words when they tip me. When you use a code word when you tip me, I know it's really you because you made up the word, so I know it's really you tipping me, and I know you have a verified account, and I know I can trust your tip, so I started doing that. And that has helped tremendously in the last month, especially for long-time contributors and repeat contributors. It's allowed me to know that a tip's coming in that's trustworthy, and I can immediately count it, add it to the total, and just move on with the stream, instead of being like, okay, I gotta verify this tip, now I gotta go into PayPal and click around and stuff, okay? So, since people started doing that, obviously you don't want that to appear on the screen. So I was like, oh man, if we're gonna bring back tip animations, I have to make it so that there's no text involved. It would just say how much you tipped, and then I would read out your message off of my dashboard, okay? So, that's how we have it going right now, actually. I've brought back tip animations. If you tip me, now there will be a nice animation that will play on the stream. I added a new one for the default tip, which is $5 or more. Alright, and then there's special ones for a $4.20 tip, a $6.66 tip. I did add that one yesterday, or today actually, this morning. And then for $10 or more, $20 or more, or if someone is incredibly generous and tips $100 or more, there's a really cool special animation for that one, okay? However, I'm running into a problem. The problem I'm having is with Stream Elements, because we're not using Streamlabs anymore, all right? We're only using Stream Elements now. Stream Elements is the new thing that I'm using. Apparently, a lot of people use Stream Elements over Streamlabs anyway. I can't figure out how to get it to repeat a video animation. So, for example, let's say someone tips me $6.66, which is the animation where it shows me in hell and my ass is getting burned. Okay? It'll play the animation through once and then stops. I can't get it to loop at all. I can get the text to show up on the screen longer. So, for example, it'll say, Jose Canseco tipped Phil $6.66, and I can get that to show up for as long as I want, but the animation will only play through once, and then it goes away. And I can't figure out how to get that to loop at all. Now, if it's a GIF, you know, a moving GIF, an image, then it will loop by itself. So, for example, for the default tip that we have now, which is $5, we've got the new GIF that was submitted by a longtime viewer and fan. It's a scene from Home Alone 2, where Tim Curry tells young Kevin McAllister that he has caught him with a stolen credit card. Which is funny because obviously this asshole was doing that all through the fall, so it's supposed to be a reference to that, right? So the picture loops by itself fine. So if you tip me $5 right now, it'll play that animation in a loop for like 15 seconds and then it goes away. It's cool. I like it. I like the animation. But the video, like the other ones that I have for tips are videos that people made me, and for some reason those will not loop. And I have no idea why Stream Elements makes a difference between a GIF or a video loop. It doesn't seem to make sense. It seems to be a big oversight by them. It should just loop them all or have an option to loop, and there's nothing in there at all that I can find. So I'm just kind of scratching my head how to do this. Now, I have fixed one thing. Yesterday when I turned on these animations, it wasn't having a $sign at all. It was like, you know, Mike just tipped 4. 4 what? 4 bananas? Did he send me 4 pieces of delicious cinnamon toast? You know, are there 4 Corvettes outside? So, I think I got that to fix. I think it now has a $sign. So I think that has been, you know, improved. And we do have the variations, and I added the $6.66 variation this morning. So all the animations are now in there, but I just can't figure out how to get them to play in a loop. So today, sadly, I can't, you know, I'll see what I can do. I already tried to figure it out myself. I tried to search online. There is nothing online about it at all. You try to search for anything like this, and it's like people complaining about random shit that has nothing to do with what you're searching for. I can't even find like a database of useful info on this. So that's what I was doing this morning. I was messing around with this, trying to figure this out. I didn't get very far. I did the other improvements, added the $signs, added the $6.66 animation, but I couldn't figure out how the hell do I get these animations to loop. But the good news is the animations are back, because people have been asking for these for months. They're like, man, you know, tips are still important to you, Phil. You know, we like to hit the tips goal, but there's never like an animation for it. Well, they're back now, okay? Now, here's the thing. I really don't have a problem having the text on screen for cheers or subs. All right? But I'm debating maybe removing that too. Shit. I just squeezed the water bottle. It shot out, even though I didn't mean to. Whoops. Be careful with this. I'm debating maybe I should just remove all the text from all the pop-up messages and make it so that people can, you know, when you send me a cheer, sub, or tip, I'll see your message in my Streamlabs queue, and I can just read it out on stream, but maybe that way it doesn't cloud the screen with text. Because I've noticed some people who cheer and sub, they put in this giant paragraph, and all of a sudden it's a giant unreadable paragraph on the screen. Like, it's completely unreadable when the text gets that small. You don't know what the hell that shit says. I can't read it either on the screen, you know? So that's what I'm thinking is, maybe it just makes sense to do that and remove the text entirely from all pop-ups, and I'll just read it myself when I go through the contributions. Some people are saying that's lame, but I think, you know, for viewability, viewability purposes, I think it makes sense. You know, people don't want the pop-up is intrusive enough, right? Do you really want to see a giant paragraph of text you can't read on the screen? You know what I mean? So, you know, for me, that's my take on it. But obviously, let me know what you think. Jasper, I told you a million times, no. Don't bite that wire. I'm going to spray you. You sit right there and you behave. Okay, he laid down. He's behaving. You behave. You be a good kitty. Come on. I know it's cool in here right now because I got the window open. I swear, whenever he gets cool outside air, he goes crazy. He does. He goes absolutely crazy. He starts freaking biting everything. Okay. So anyway, for now, we'll leave it on as is. Okay? Well, I'm not going to change anything. We'll leave it on as is. But right now, cheers and subs will still have their usual pop-ups with text. Tips will have new pop-up animations for various tip levels, but there will not be any text associated with it. That way, for people who want to give me their code words, so I know that it's a real tip, that, you know, that won't be affected. You won't have your code word being given away or anything like that. Okay? Fair enough? Okay, good. So that's starting right now. Just so you guys know. Let's talk a little bit about the schedule coming up, because, ladies and gentlemen, last night I took some time to look at the game release schedule to see what games were coming out moving forward. And I posted this up on Twitter. Some people thought it was great. Some people thought I had missed out some critical games. I hadn't put them on the list. Some people were shocked at some of these games I was interested in playing. All right? So I went through the game release list for April, May, and June. And I even looked for the rest of the year, although there's like 2 games that have releases past that. Okay? I really get the feeling in the next few months we're going to see a lot of digital events and digital announcements for games coming out for the rest of the year. You know, undoubtedly you get around E3 time, when E3 typically would have been. That's usually when a lot of these games get announced regardless. Okay? So, I'm looking at this list. Alright? And FYI, it looks pretty good to me. And it looks like some months are going to be pretty busy and other months not so much. So, very briefly, allow me to go through this list with you guys and let you know what games I'm interested in playing. Alright? Excuse me. In April, there's a Star Wars Republic Commando remake coming out on April 6th. I've never played it before. People have told me it's an outstanding game, so I'm interested in playing it. Also on April 6th, Oddworld Soulstorm. It's the new Oddworld game. Now, originally I told you guys I didn't think I was interested in playing this. Reason being, I played the last one that was on PS4, and I liked it because I had never played an Oddworld game before, but admittedly it was pretty challenging in parts because, again, I had never played an Oddworld game before, so I didn't understand, you know, how the puzzle elements worked and things like that, and it took me a while to figure this out. Now, originally I wasn't going to play the game. Why? When I played it on PS4, my viewers, now keep in mind this was many, many years ago, complained constantly. They said they hated it. They said it was bad. It was not a good game at all. And they thought it was boring to watch. They said, maybe this game is fun for you to play, but this game is boring as hell to watch. Okay? So, I said, fair enough then. You know, I'll play through it, but now I understand. So when this new Oddworld game was announced, I was like, I like Oddworld, but I guess people don't like it. I probably won't play it. But now it's been announced, it's free for PS Plus. If you have PS Plus and you have PS5, it's a free game. So what I'm thinking is, alright, whoa, it is very windy outside. I'm going to have to close that window a bit. What I'm thinking is, I might not play it immediately. What I might do is get it on PS Plus so I have it. So in the future, if I want to play it, I have that option. Much like I did with Maneater, and I've done with a few other games over the years. But I won't commit to playing it at launch. Okay? I'll simply say, okay, maybe I'll play it, but I won't 100%. I won't 100% commit to it at launch. Okay? Also in April, we've got MLB The Show on April 20th, and as you guys know, I've played this twice in the past. Both times it ended up being pretty chill and fun streams, so I think it may be a chill stream deal. Nier Replicant, I have it down for the 22nd, but someone told me it actually comes out on the 23rd. So it might have been a typo on the website I was using. But Nier Replicant, I definitely want to play. After playing Nier Automata last year and getting all the endings, you know, That was such an outstanding game. I absolutely want to play Nier Replicant. Okay? And then on April 30th, we've got Returnal, the horror-themed sci-fi game on PS5 that's a console exclusive. So I'm excited for that. Now, some people have told me I forgot about Pokemon Snap, which apparently also comes out on April 30th. I don't know much about it. Okay? If you guys really want to see me play it, great. I'm all for it, but I don't know anything about it. So I guess I'll listen to your suggestions. Okay. In May, we got Resident Evil Village on May 7th. The Mass Effect Legendary Edition Trilogy on May 14th, of which I'm going to be playing Mass Effect 1 and 3. I already played 2 last year, so I'm not playing that again, but I'm going to do 1 and 3. Deathloop is coming out finally on May 21st, and Biomutant is coming out on May 25th. Alright? In June, in early June, we got Guilty Gear Strive on June 11th, which I'm interested in playing. I'm not set 100% on playing it. I guess it'll depend on how much interest there is in me playing it. If a lot of people are interested in seeing me play it, then maybe I'll play it. By the way, I'm not committing to playing it as a competitive game in any way. Maybe I'll play through the story, the tutorials, do some online play, and if I like it, play it longer. But if not, you know, at least get a week or two of content out of it. You know what I'm saying? Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart also comes out on June 11th. That one, obviously, is a 100% absolutely yes. It looks so good. I can't wait to play it. Back 4 Blood, which is the new game for the makers of Left 4 Dead. That's basically Left 4 Dead 3. Is coming out on June 22nd. I can't wait for that because, I mean, I loved Left 4 Dead 1 and 2. That was really at the start of my YouTube career. And they were such great games. It's a shame that that studio then went out to make a piece of garbage that was Microtransaction City. So, hopefully this one's a return back to greatness for them. Okay? Mario Gold. Gold? I wrote this down wrong. Mario Golf Super Rush on June 25th. Looks great. Looks like it's a golf game that has, you know, fun party game elements to it. So I'm going to check that out. And then in July, we got, I almost said Last of Us. What the fuck? Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword on the 16th of July. Kena Bridge of Spirits is August 27th. And Life is Strange True Colors comes out September 10th. So if you take a look at this list, there's at least 3 to 4 major games in April. And each one's about 1 a week. I say the second week of April's kind of dead. But outside of that, there's like 1 new game a week. In May, there's again kind of 1 new game every week. And in June, nothing at the very beginning, but there's 2 games the second week, and then there's 2 games at the end of the month. So basically for the next 3 months, there's about 4 games a month. Which is good, obviously. This last few months, there's been almost nothing worthy of playing. You know, we had a few in there to mix in. You had Hitman 3... back in January. You had, excuse me, Super Mario 3D World and Bowser's Fury. But outside of that, it really hasn't been much of new releases at all to note, which is why I'm playing so many downtime playthroughs. Look, I'm playing Divinity 2. I'm playing Danganronpa, right? I'm playing Ghosts and Goblins, which is technically a new release, but it's definitely a retro-style game. And then I'm doing Call of Duty and, you know, late-night chill stream stuff. I've got, like, 0 real new releases in the rotation because they're just none of them. Alright? Now, the one exception would be Monster Hunter, which comes out in a few days, and I'm not playing it. I'm not playing Monster Hunter Rise. I played the beta this week. Didn't really like it. You guys were mixed. Some people liked it. Some people thought it was boring as dirt. It seems to me it's just more of the same. So if you like the Monster Hunter formula, good on you. Enjoy it. But it's just not my cup of tea, and I'm not going to do it. Okay? The other thing is, April 6th is my birthday. Oh my God. So April 6th is my birthday coming up, and I have absolutely no idea what's happening with my schedule, because my wife's schedule is all over the place. It's been 1 week she has a Tuesday off, 2 weeks she has a Wednesday off, then she has a Thursday off. So our days off are completely rotating around. And because of that, I don't know consistently what I'm doing. You know, that first week of April, traditionally what I do, I decorate my office for my birthday, and we do some birthday festivities. For example, if you guys contribute in a big way, I'll blow a horn or something. You know, on my actual birthday, I usually dress up with some extra stuff. We got balloons and festive banners and stuff behind me. Now, this year's going to be a little different because I don't have the love seat anymore. So instead of doing how we used to do with the love seat, I'm going to bring in that cart thing that I had here for Halloween and Christmas, and I'm going to find things that I can put in the cart and kind of decorate it for my birthday for that week. It's a fun, festive way to celebrate. It's something different for the streams. People like when people do different things for the streams, except for me. When I do it, everyone complains constantly that why do I celebrate my birthday for a week? Anyone else who would do something silly and festive like this, they love it. They'd be like, wow, we're grateful that this content creator and streamer is doing something special for us. This is really cool. But whenever I do it, I gotta be, completely made fun of, and everyone has to be a dick to me because that's how it is. Everyone on the internet just has to be totally horrible to me, no matter what I do. So I don't give a fuck about those people. I do what I want. I like being festive and positive, and I'm going to be festive and positive for that week. And if people want to make fun of it, they can go fuck themselves. That's about how much I care about them. Okay? So that week will be special. In addition, that first week of April, I'm going to probably schedule in my classic gaming marathon event, where for one day I'm going to do a marathon of classic games, either Super Mario Brothers, Legend of Zelda Link to the Past, or Classic Mega Man. I haven't decided yet. We're going to talk more about that probably in the next week. We may even do some voting and stuff to figure it out. Okay? But, yeah, we're going to try to figure that out. And I'm going to be doing challenge runs, like attempting to do certain goals and objectives in a certain period of time during that stream. And you guys will be wagering your channel points on whether or not I will complete said objectives. It's going to be a fun marathon. And in addition to that, if we hit, well, we already did, we hit the tier 2 subs goal. That means there'll be a special edition of DSP Tries It during that event. I don't know what it'll be yet. We'll talk about that in the next week. It's going to be some kind of a food item, whether it's something new from a fast food chain, or whether I eat a can of Chef Boyardee, which I haven't had since I was a kid. Whatever it may be, I'll be doing something like that during the stream. Okay? So it should be fun. Maybe I will do DSP Tries It Chef Boyardee, since Major Riot seems to turn this into a meme every stream. To see if it's really disgusting or not. Okay. So, yes, let's see what happens. But this will be fun. That's going to be that. So you see, the first week of April is going to be fun. But that Republic Commando, Star Wars Republic Commando, comes out on April 6th. And I can't guarantee I'm playing it on that day, because I don't know what's going to happen that day. I may be here. I may not. It may be a half stream day where half the day I stream and then I take the other half off to celebrate my birthday with my wife. I don't know what's going to happen. It depends on her schedule. Okay? Excuse me. So, we'll have more information about that as we get closer to it. But what I can tell you is I can tell you the schedule for now. Today it's Danganronpa V3 on this stream. And then tonight it's Fall Guys. Why is it Fall Guys tonight? Because I took in your feedback from the last couple of days. And that just seems to be the game that people want to see the most. They're like, man, Fall Guys was good on Monday. The Season 4 content seems fun. Play more Fall Guys. So I am doing that tonight, okay? Tomorrow is my day off from streaming. That means I'm not here tomorrow, okay? So I hope you guys are going to have a good day tomorrow, no matter what it is you might be doing. But if you want to catch up on all my playthroughs and stuff that I've been doing this week, you head over to DSPGaming on YouTube. That's where I upload all the archives. And you can easily catch up on all the playthroughs over there, okay? I'm back on Friday, and Friday will be the continuation of Ghosts and Goblins Resurrection, where I'm going to attempt to beat the 5th stage, or at least get to a checkpoint. At this point, I think I've got it down where I can kind of get to this next room. That's the room right before the checkpoint. So we're finally getting progress, even after 3 hours of basically butting my head against the wall the other day. We should have some solid progress on Friday. Okay? And then, Friday night is Street Fighter, my throwback Street Fighter stream. Okay? Saturday will be a major stream of Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. Saturday night is going to be Genshin Impact. Yes, Genshin Impact. Sunday will be the continuation of Divinity 2, followed by Fall Guys. Monday will be more Danganronpa V3, and probably Call of Duty. And that's just where I'm leaving it, because I have no idea what my schedule is next week. I may be here on Tuesday, I may not. I may be here on Wednesday, I may not. Okay? So I'm purposely leaving those days open. Alright? So that, depending on what happens with the schedule, we can figure it out. But that's the streaming week, or weekend, I should say. At least for now. Okay? Sound good? All right. I hope that sounds good. By the way, I apologize. My allergies are bothering me today. If you can't tell, I got gunk in my throat and my left nostril's completely swollen and congested. If it stays like this and it doesn't clear up, I might have to go take an allergy pill. I don't like taking pills unless I have to, because my methodology in life is if you tough it out, then when you actually really need something badly, then you'll take it and it'll work. So unless I really have a bad headache, unless I'm really in pain, I won't take a pain reliever, an aspirin, or an Advil. Unless I have a really bad allergy symptoms, I won't take an allergy pill. I wait, and then when I need it, boom, it kicks in really strong and it works. You see? So, we'll see how this goes, but if my nose and everything keeps bothering me, especially today I have to read a lot with Danganronpa. So, I don't know how on earth I'm gonna, you know what, now that I said that, I probably should go take an allergy pill. Because I'm realizing, I'm like, this isn't just a day I'm gonna be playing. I have to talk a lot, and if I'm all congested up here, that's not gonna be very good, huh? Alright, you know what? Give me a minute. I'm actually gonna go run across the hallway, and I'm going to pop an allergy pill. How does that sound? Okay? I'll be right back. Give me like 1 minute. I'll go do that, and then I'll return. All right, here I go. Here comes Jasper running down the hall at maximum speeds. Alright, let me close my window a little bit here. It's pretty cold in here now. I had no idea it was going to be this cold today. Wow. Temperatures have dipped significantly. They've been pretty warm. You know, we've had spring weather this last week. And all of a sudden now it's actually much colder today. Much colder today. Okay. Excuse me. Whew. Oh, he got me, you silly rascal. He jumped up on the arm of the chair, and he booped my arm and shoulder with his paws. Oh, don't bite my toe. How could you? No biting of the toes, you rascal. Okay. So anyway, guys, I did take an allergy pill. All right? So hopefully that'll help. And that'll help, and now this will unclog within the next 30 minutes or so, and then we won't have this allergy problem during the stream. I hope. Because if I have to talk the whole stream for this murder mystery, to read all this dialogue, obviously I don't want to be all gunked up for it, right? Okay. Alright, guys. Jasper, don't you dare. Don't do it. You have a twisty right here. You have a twisty right here. Why would you go for the wire when you have this twisty? There you go. All right. All right, guys. So that's the deal for today. Hopefully you're planning to have some fun with me here today. You guys know the deal with contributions. If you cheer, sub, or tip, I'll give you a shout out. In particular today with this Danganronpa stream, there's all dialogue and not much action. So obviously there's ample opportunity for us to interact, have fun, have conversations based on things you want to talk about. So, by all means, if you like the content, please contribute. Tips are appreciated today because tomorrow's my day off. And tips help me, obviously, on my day off since I have a lot of stuff I need to spend money on. This week, I actually have to get more supplies for Jasper. He's out of treats. We give him these couple different kinds of treats to, make him feel like a loved kitty. And he's out of treats this week. He just finished them last night. And I'm like, uh-oh, I got to get more. And, of course, I got to go grocery shopping and everything tomorrow. So, if you raise $50 in tips on today's stream, I'll put on the Gunner glasses. If you raise $100 in tips, I'll put on a vest of your choice. Yesterday, it was... Let me think about this. What vest do we wear during yesterday's main game daytime stream? It wasn't platinum because platinum wasn't eligible. Was it beige? I believe it was beige. Yes. So that means every stream but the beige would be eligible today, including blue, red, platinum, camo, or gray. All right? All those would be eligible today's stream. Okay? If we happen to double the tips goal or triple the tips goal, then we'll talk about bigger level rewards. But we're not going to, waste time gabbing about that unless we actually get to it. All right? If you are going to contribute today, a few things to know. Please close your open direct messages here on Twitch because people will harass people who contribute just because they can and get away with it. Also, do not use the same name in any contribution or even here on Twitch that's the same as a name from another website or social media in particular, because again, these people will find a way to harass you on other sites. That's the last thing you want. If you are going to tip me today, please have a verified PayPal account, meaning that you link your real life information to it, because that adds added protections for me when someone tips me. If they try to commit fraud, I can contact PayPal and basically get protections from it. All right? Which is great. So, thank you in advance to anyone who's going to... Oh, there's an animation right there. Very nice. Thank you to anyone who is considering contributing today. And thank you in advance. It really helps out when you contribute. It's my life's blood. It's how I make my living. It's your crowdfunding that allows me to, do what I do. That's my main income, is you guys contributing during the streams. I really appreciate it. All right? I don't want to do a long segment about it today. I'm just not in the mood. I'm not in the mood to do a giant plug segment, so we just coasting right through it. All right, guys? All right. So, in the news, what's going on in news right now? Well, a couple of things. One of the controversial things that just happened this week is that the story broke that apparently, it hasn't been confirmed by Sony, but apparently during the summertime, Sony is going to close down the PlayStation Store on PlayStation 3, which means no more digital PS1, 2, or 3 games, no more PlayStation portable games, and no more PS Vita games. They're closing down all of that, okay? And immediately the internet's like, well, what about posterity? What about maintaining a library of classics? Why would you shut this down when that means that no one will be able to have access to these games unless they somehow buy a legacy console that somehow still works after all these years, and then somehow finds a physical disc of these old games that still works? Or you're basically forcing people to emulate, which Sony and other companies don't want to happen. They don't want you to rob, ROMs off the internet and be downloading it to your PC and playing it there. They've always said they don't want that. So what are they doing this for? Well, there's a follow-up to this. Because yesterday it was discovered Sony has filed a patent, listen to this, to add trophy support for legacy games and digital versions of said legacy games. So imagine you're playing Resident Evil 2, the original game, digitally somehow on a Sony console, and as you're playing it, you earn trophies. That's what the patent's for. And so everyone's saying, why on earth would they file for this patent unless they had something in the works, right? There's absolutely no reason why they would have done that. So it sounds to me like what they're going to do is they're going to try to launch a new service outside of the old store. They're going to get rid of the old store, and they're going to have a new service to play the emulated games. Now, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I'm a little bit angry about that. Why? Because I own a lot of games digitally off of the PlayStation 3 store. Over the years, I bought many games digitally. to play on my streams here. And many of them are PlayStation 1 classics. Okay? So how are you going to tell me that this is fair, that people bought the digital rights to all these games, and now you're telling me you're going to shut down the store so you can't re-download them anymore? And by the way, another thing that came out is that it's possible that the internal clock of the PlayStation 3 will stop working if they shut down all the network components, and therefore, you won't be able to play them at all. Even if you own the rights and you have those digital games on your PlayStation 3, if the clock doesn't work right and it can't verify the time, then it can't let you play the game. Okay? So, that's pretty bullshit. Right? That's really bullshit, in my opinion. Spending all that money over the years, and now they're telling us, oh, we're just going to make it outdated, and now you can't play any of your games that you bought anymore. What? That's not very smart, and that's pretty stupid, in my opinion. Okay? Now, if Sony's going to launch something new that say, oh, you can now play all the classics on PS5, and it's a subscription-based service. I mean, that sounds good, except how much does it cost? Why am I paying more money for games I already should own? You see? But when I heard that patent, I was like, that's got to be something. That patent, right, has to be a sign of something, because why would they be trying to implement trophies in classic games unless they had a new deal to sell you those games again, right? So that sounds to me like they've got something up their sleeve, and somehow the cat got out of the bag a little early about it. Okay? So I guess we'll see. We'll see as we move forward, but that's kind of the news at Sony. Nintendo fans are going crazy because March 31st is the day that Mario dies. If you're not aware, on March 31st, Nintendo is going to hold a public execution of Mario. Did you ever see the South Park movie where they publicly executed Terrence and Phillip? They're doing that with Mario. They're going to actually just murder him publicly in front of everyone. Big gruesome sacrifice to the god Shoggorath. And yeah, you didn't hear about this? Well, I don't really think it's that drastic, but that's what the fans of Mario are actually saying. I'm not even kidding. Why are they saying this? Because on March 31st, two things apparently are going away. First of all, you'll no longer be able to buy a digital version of Super Mario All-Stars. 3D All-Stars, excuse me. So that's Super Mario 64, Super Mario Sunshine, and Super Mario Galaxy, which were put out in a collection last year. And if you remember, I played Galaxy in said collection. I really liked it. So apparently, that game will no longer be available for digital distribution, and they're not going to manufacture any more copies of it. If you can find a physical version, good, you could still buy it, obviously, but you can't get it online anymore. All right? In addition, they are shutting down Super Mario 65, or excuse me, I'm an idiot. Super Mario 35, which was basically the Battle Royale game that they released last year for Mario. If you remember what it is, it's a series of challenges where you have to complete a certain amount of challenges in a set amount of time in a Battle Royale setting against 35 other people, and it just keeps eliminating people until you get to the very end. And it actually keeps adding enemies and stuff, which is pretty crazy. I thought it was cool until I played it like twice, and on the second session, I figured out how to master it, and I basically was winning almost every game I played, and I was like, okay, this is kind of like, it's very simplistic in what it is, and once you figure out the trick to doing it, it's pretty hard not to do well. So, I never played it again. For all to understand, they did add a few variations and modes to it, but really, it just wasn't super interesting. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was just something that was a quick one-off, play it a few times, and you see the gimmick, and you're done. So, should have live streamed it. I did. I played it last year, Wrathful Knight. Those videos are live on DSPGaming. You can check it out for yourself. Okay? So, it's going away for good. They're turning it off, basically, as of the 31st. So, everyone's saying this is it. It's the end of Mario. That, you know, that's it. They're going to rip his entrails out, wear them like bow ties. You ever wanted to have Mario's intestine around your neck? Well, now you can. On March 31st. Okay. So, that being said, they're being very overdramatic about it. I don't know if it's really that big of a deal, but I own Super Mario 3D All Stars. Regardless, if I ever want to go back and play one of those games, I can. I own the rights to the game. So, okay. Outside of that, I'm trying to think. Is there any other gaming news? I'm trying to think off the top of my head. Today is the 6th anniversary of Bloodborne. For those who aren't aware, that's right. It was 6 years ago. Back in 2015, when Bloodborne was originally released. I was a young man, a strapping young man, full of vim and vigor. I had my whole life ahead of me. I was so full of positivity. That was before the whole thing went south, obviously. Now things, you know, we all know how things are today. But I remember playing Bloodborne and really enjoying it. You know, sucking ass at it, because I did. I didn't understand the whole parry mechanic at all back then. So I was terrible at the game, but I really enjoyed playing it. And, you know, I toughed through it. To continue, you know, certain parts of the game I remember were really tough for me, but I toughed through it and beat it. And I enjoyed the game a lot. I miss it, honestly. Because the thing is, I played it twice. I played it that first time, and I sucked ass, but I beat it. And then years later, I think it was like 2 or 3 years later, I came back to it, and not only did I beat it much more convincingly this time, because I learned the parry mechanic, and I was using it on bosses and everything, but also... Jasper is now pawing the closet door, even though he knows he's allowed in there. He's doing it for attention. I went back and I did the DLC, which is the first time around I had never beaten. So I went back and I beat the Old Hunters DLC. It was very challenging, but it was very fun. Orphan of Kos, very, very cool fight. So I had a good time with this game. And in my opinion, out of all the From Software games I've played, which is all the ones that are of that style, I played Demon Souls, Dark Souls 1 through 3, Bloodborne, and Sekiro, okay? Out of all those games, I think that we can all collectively agree, without a single person disagreeing, we'll all agree that Dark Souls 2 is obviously the best From Software game ever made. There's no one who can dispute that fact. Forever, everyone will believe that Dark Souls 2 is the best one. Obviously, I'm lying. Most people actually say Dark Souls 2 is one of the worst, if not the worst one. No, not Dark Souls 2. Personally, I still feel that Dark Souls 1 is still kind of the best one, even though there's parts of the game that feel unfinished. It has, like, the most diverse world, and it's the thing that just kind of started it all. It's kind of like that nostalgic feeling. That's the one that began this craziness of very difficult Soulsborne-style games. And, I mean, we call them Soulsborne games for a reason. It's an actual genre of game. You know what I mean? So for me, I think Dark Souls 1 is kind of the best, but if you're talking like the best world design and the best lore and everything, I honestly think the one that I had the most fun with while playing was Bloodborne. Because Bloodborne had that real Lovecraftian atmosphere, that there was something sinister going on behind the scenes. You never really understood it, because you're like, I thought that these were just like werewolves, and the next thing you know, there's fucking all kinds of weird monsters and aliens and shit in the game. And you're like, what? Like, when I played it, I never suspected there'd be aliens in it. Not a single moment did I think there'd be an alien in Bloodborne. And the game's chock full of them. It blew my mind when I was playing the game. It's just one of the best worlds designed in a game. It creeps you the fuck out, right? It's really well done. And even when you beat the game, you don't know what the fuck happened. Who knows what the fuck that final secret boss is supposed to be? Is it an alien that descended from the moon? Or are you just a crazed idiot flailing around in a fucking field of flowers? You don't know what the fuck's going on because you're just nuts. Because you got this fucking blood inside of you. Who knows? And who cares? The game's good enough, you don't care. It's that good of a game. I'm disappointed they never followed up, right? Because Demon Souls, Dark Souls 1, 2, and 3, not only were they outstanding games, then they re-released them, you know, Collector's Edition, Prepare to Die Edition, HD Edition, Rebalanced Edition, better graphics, higher frame rate, better controls. You know, well, those games got you know, released and re-released a bunch. But why on earth did Bloodborne not get that treatment? It's been 6 years, and there's no signs of Bloodborne being redone. There's no signs of a sequel. Hell, it doesn't even run with one single extra frame of animation on PlayStation 5. It's like, the original game is what it is, and it's never going to change. For whatever reason, they're just not doing anything with that franchise. And it just kind of like makes me shake my head like, that was an outstanding game. And if right now you were to tell me, you know, would you rather have Demon Souls, Dark Souls, Bloodborne, or Sekiro continue? 1,000,000% Bloodborne. I want a new Bloodborne game before I want to see anything out of those other franchises. Alright? So, I really enjoyed it. I want more. And there's nothing. No signs of Bloodborne coming back. Instead, they're working on Elden Ring, which they won't even give us a tiny bit of information about. People have to fucking break into the studios at night and rip a trailer off of a PC and then leak it to the internet in order to fucking get any information about the game on the internet. Okay? So, I would love more Bloodborne. Happy 6th anniversary to Bloodborne. I want more. But we're not getting any more. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for shoutouts. Let's do some shoutouts, and then let's get started with Danganronpa, okay? So, first contribution of the day came in from Mr. Hurdy-Gurdy Man, who resubscribed for 2 months, and he said, "Dat face when I realized what I've been paying 20% more all month because I've been using an Android phone to interact." Oh, yeah. FYI, if you do anything in regards to bits or subs via a mobile device instead of using a PC, it's more expensive. That's absolutely true. That is absolutely true. 100%. I've heard about this over the years. For some reason, you could buy bits on PC or you buy them on your phone, and they're way more expensive on the phone. I think the reason is because when you buy it through either Android or iPhone, each one has an individual marketplace. You get the Google Marketplace or Google Store, and then you've got the Apple Store. Well, they want their cut, right? They want a cut of everything. So, if you do that, right? If you buy it through there, they take more money. So, it behooves you to get the stuff on the PC. If you're going to cheer on someone's stream, if you're going to sub, do it on PC. It's apparently much cheaper. Okay? But that is correct, Hurdy-Gurdy Man. Timbo Slice is the first cheerer of the day. Let me go ahead and get him up on the leaderboard. Timbo Slice says, shout out to Kane. He's gotten into the Hall of Fame class of 2021. Well deserved. He's an amazing worker. And even though he's doing it while he's mayor, right, his duties daily, he's still doing it. If you have no idea what he's talking about, I don't blame you, because he did not reference wrestling or WWE. This is the WWE Hall of Fame. Every year they induct new people, and the wrestler Kane has made it in. What he's referencing is that Kane is actually the mayor of a city. That's his full-time job now. He doesn't wrestle anymore. But he got voted into the WWE Hall of Fame. So there you go. Excuse me. Timbo Slice also cheered again. He says, we should do a night stream of Mario 35 for a send-off next week as it's gone for good April 1st. No. There's really no reason to. Like I said, when I played it, within 2 sessions, I had already mastered it. And I was either winning or getting into like the top 3 every single match. And it was like, well, it's not even fun anymore. It's just like, it's not even a challenge. It's just easy. You find this abusable pattern and use it over and over and you just easily win. So, there's really nothing to, there's no substance to it. You know what I mean? There's nothing really to it, at all. So I'm not really going to go crazy for it or anything here. Instead, I'll just say, I liked it when I played it, but there's no real reason to do it again. Fair enough? Okay. Hurdy-Gurdy Man cheered. He says, bagels, horseradish, you are really dipping your toes into my people's food. Might I recommend you get yourself some nice challah bread or a matzo ball soup? You know, I didn't know what matzo balls were. I knew that it was part of like Jewish cooking, but I didn't know what it was. So when I went to my grocery store recently, I looked up, they have a Jewish section. They actually do. They have a little Jewish section, and they have matzo ball mix. And I looked into it, and all it is like starch and like basically, I guess what it is kind of like a bread or starchy ball, right? I always thought matzo balls were cheese. I don't know why, but I always thought matzo balls were made of cheese. I don't know shit about it at all. And I looked it up. I was like, wow, I'm completely wrong. That is like not even close to being correct on what it was. So I wonder what they taste like. I have no idea. You know what I would like to do one day? I would like to have an authentic, fresh bagel from a Jewish bakery or Jewish deli with lox and cream cheese. I've never done that before. I've never had like the classic bagel with lox and cream cheese that they do. Some places put capers on it and other stuff. I would like to try that. That seems to me like that would be pretty good. Now, I don't really like fish per se unless it's prepared well. Like, for example, I wouldn't eat smoked salmon. I wouldn't eat just a big slab of fish like that. But I think if it's the right combination with the right ingredients, it could be very good, right? So I think one day I would like to try that. That's something I'm actually very interested in trying one day. As I get older, I get more interested in different cultural foods that I never had when I was younger. It's one of the things that I actually enjoy. So, Steven Seagull cheers at Suplex the Kitty. A cage match. Since yesterday, did you get a chance to see your new stream viewer emailed you? Huh? Steven Seagull, I didn't get an email from you. If you're saying that there was some kind of a email from you or a viewer or something, I didn't get anything. The only email I got was from a viewer who's trying to help me with stream elements. He's really trying to help me out and figure stuff out with these animations. But that's all I got. So I didn't get it. By the way, if I didn't get it, likely means to hit my spam filter, because probably if you put an attachment on it, I'm not going to get it. Send me just a base email with nothing crazy, and I'll probably get it. If you put like a picture or anything on it, I won't get it. It's going to hit my spam filter. Big Bad Buffoon cheers that they're making a movie adaptation of the video game series Sniper Elite, and I hope they include a fan favorite of the franchise, The Cockshot. No. It's the Double Ball Buster. The best moment of me ever playing those games is the Double Ball Buster. When I'm trying to hit this guy for like the longest time and I can't hit him. And finally I get him. And it's slow motion. The bullet goes all the way across this big open area, enters his left testicle, pops the left testicle, disappears, explodes. Sperm, semen going everywhere. Crosses through the ball sack, enters the right testicle, and completely demolishes it. Double Ball Buster. It's so disgusting. It's absolutely hilarious. If you haven't seen that moment, it's very funny. You gotta watch it. Okay, Mr. Hurdy-Gurdy Man has gifted a sub to Judaism. Congratulations, Judaism. And thank you, Hurdy-Gurdy Man, for the gifted sub. Grand Apple Slush cheers. Says, are you going to play Pokemon Snap? Well, we just talked about it. I don't know much about it. It comes out April 30th. If it's a game you guys are interested in seeing me play, I would consider doing it. But as of now, I don't know much about it. So, Django Pops did a 67-bit cheer, and that is actually the biggest cheer of the day so far. Let's get that on the leaderboard. 67 bits. Thank you, Django Pops. He says, things you should get, how you say interesting this stream. I'll be lurking because I'm not feeling great, but I hope you and chat are doing well. All right. I'm sorry to hear you're not feeling well. I hope you feel better. I'm very happy that you can watch my streams while not feeling good. Maybe it'll cheer you up, right? Technical 2070 has tipped me $5, and that is the first tip of the day. Thank you very much, Technical 2070. He says, I love the content. How are you and Jasper and Kat doing? You're my hero. Keep on rocking. All right, well, I'm doing pretty good except for these goddamn allergies. I knew this was going to happen because last night, my wife wanted to have the bedroom window open. And I'm like, well, I know what happens this time of year. But she's like, oh, but it's nice. I want some nice fresh air in the bedroom tonight. I said, okay, honey, we'll do it. And I wake up and I can't breathe. I'm like, fuck. Stupid allergies. All right. Wings of Wendy's Redemption tipped me $4.20 and says, did I ever play Rainbow Six Siege? I played it at launch. At launch, I had a copy of it on Xbox One. At launch, the game was ridiculously unplayable. It was a glitchy fucking mess. It was complete trash. I mean it. Like, I tried playing it 2 different streams, and the game would not run. It was crashing constantly. Things weren't loading. Glitches out the ass. And after that, I said, this is stupid as fuck. I'm not wasting any more time on this game. I mean, by the way, it came out during the very busy fall gaming season. There were a million other games to play at the time. So I said, why am I going to waste my fucking time on this piece of donkey shit? They should have really polished it and finished the game. It's obviously not even finished. So I never played it again. And then over the course of several years, the makers of the game basically remade the game twice and fixed all the issues, and now it's one of the, supposedly, most sought-after, like, highly played competitive shooter games out there. But I missed out on all that because I just didn't give a fuck about it after the terrible launch. They say first impressions can mean everything, right? And in that case, that's exactly what happened with that game. Angelo Bestia did a 95-bit cheer, and that is now the top cheer of the day. Let's get that up on the leaderboard. All right, so Angelo Bestia, back to being a positive person on the stream, and I appreciate that. I appreciate that you were able to shake off the negativity, get rid of the bullshit, and come back and have a good time. He says the following: it's bullshit. As a consumer, when you purchase the Sony consoles, you're entering a contract of purchase as a consumer. You should be able to use the console until it stops working and it's fully functional, as it was advertised at the time of sale. I am sure Sony is taking this into consideration, but they need to take care of their customers who own these consoles, regardless of whether that console is PlayStation 1 or a PlayStation 5. Right? Yeah, I agree with you. You know, you're buying a console. It doesn't matter if you buy it at launch or you buy it 12 years later. It doesn't matter if you buy it, a physical copies or digital. You should have access to the stuff you bought. Period. You know? It's stupid. It really is. This is like saying, for example, all those people who bought HD DVDs. How many of you remember HD DVDs? Raise your hand right now. If you remember HD DVD, raise your right hand. I can't see you raising your right hand. We're over the internet, silly. But I get the feeling some of you remember HD DVDs. This was the era when movies and everything was going HD. And so old DVDs were obsolete. And we had HD DVD on the one hand that was backed by Microsoft. We had Jasper Kitty jumping out of the closet making a bunch of noise. And then we had Blu-ray, which was the one that Sony was backing. Okay? That was, if you can believe it, there actually was a competitor. It wasn't just all Blu-ray at one point. There was a competitor, HD DVD. Okay? Oh, hello, buddy. So, what happened? Well, basically, more people bought Blu-ray than HD DVD. A lot of people surmise it was because a lot of people bought the Sony consoles. PlayStation 3 had the ability to play it by default. I don't know. I just think that it was kind of silly. You had to buy all kinds of separate shit to get the HD DVD to work. I bought the HD DVD player for Xbox 360. Okay? But here's the thing. If you still have an HD DVD player, you could still watch HD DVD movies. It's not like one day it was determined, oh, this is outdated now, so now nothing works anymore. Your disc won't play. Your player won't boot. It's like, what? No. Right? That's not how it works. Like, I bought it. I should still be able to play it for as long as I want. And if you still have that shit, it still works. Okay? So I don't know why Sony thinks that shutting all this shit down makes sense. It doesn't to me. That's what I mean. Like, when we heard that there's a new patent to do these trophies for the older games, I get the feeling they got something up their sleeve. Jay Hawkwood cheers. I made a 24/7 DSP YouTube channel where I played your videos 24/7, but I credit your main channel. Will you sue me? Yes. The Patriarchy has tipped me a whopping $50, ladies and gentlemen. $50. Thank you, Patriarchy. Let's get that up on the leaderboard. That jumps us all the way up to $59 and tips past the halfway point. Thank you, Patriarchy. Okay, so Patriarchy says the following. Thank you so much, by the way. I was praying Horizon Zero Dawn would come into PC. Meant that Bloodborne is too. Bloodborne is very much hampered by 30 frames per second lock, input delay, and frame drops, and it deserves a legit port more than any game in the franchise. I agree with you. I 100% agree with you. And it sucks they've never done anything with it. I hope that one day they do. Let's see here. This is a weird one. I got a $1 tip, and I need to verify it's real because it's very odd. I'll check that out in a second. Barrel of Shroud cheers to anyone who hasn't been able to get the new consoles. They're selling them at Walmart tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. Good luck. All right, well, good luck. So Xi Jinping tipped me $1.30 and says, a gamer uprising is beginning soon. Are you ready to Hadouken and shout your Dragonborn Thum and Ninja Slash your way to the final gamer victory? What? What? Anyway, thanks for the tip. I have no idea what the fuck you're talking about. It's confused me thoroughly. You've addled my brain. My old man brain has been thoroughly addled by you. Big Bad Buffoon cheered. He says, are you a fan of breakfast biscuits from the restaurant, like a bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit or a chicken biscuit? I wouldn't usually eat that at a restaurant. Like, you get those frozen and make them in your microwave and shit. I probably wouldn't order that at a restaurant. I don't think I ever have had anything like that. Maybe the closest thing I had one time at IHOP, they had a waffle breakfast sandwich. It was absolutely disgusting. It was like mini waffles. And in between the waffles, they were putting like breakfast things, like bacon and shit, and eggs. It was fucking nasty. It was falling apart, completely falling apart. It wasn't like a sandwich. The waffles are too thick to eat like a sandwich. I was like, who the fuck thought of this idea? It's the messiest thing I've ever done. Idiots. I never got it again. Big Baba Food cheered again. He said, in my hometown of Atlanta, Georgia, our football stadium, Mercedes-Benz Stadium, is hosting a fighting match with a professional fighter versus Jake Paul. So what do you think of this? Will you be throwing a cookout with the in-laws to watch the event? I don't care. No. Okay. Knows Nobody cheered. He says, please don't skip Pokemon Snap. It's a pretty chill game. Thank you for that. For the cheer and also for the recommendation. I'll consider it. Snow Carl cheered. He says, should you be able to buy a horse-drawn carriage and drive it around the highway because they used to be able to? PlayStation cannot keep the servers going for 200 years. Yes, you should be able to do a horse-drawn carriage wherever the fuck you want. And if you disagree, you're an asshole. Okay. Doppelganger cheered. 100 bits. It's the biggest cheer of the day. Let's get him up on the leaderboard here. Doppelganger. 100 bits. And he says, does this mean the PS5 digital only will be a literal brick in the future when Sony drops PSN support? Yes, apparently so. And that's what I mean. Like, this is a slippery slope. And this is the gateway to them just saying it's okay to do this in the future with any console. And that's why it's so disconcerting. You have a digital-only version of the console, and now they're saying that anytime they can just shut down the servers and fuck you. Right in the butt. Well, I don't want a Sony butt fucking. I got enough butt fuckings in my life. I don't need one from Sony, too. Frog in a Party Hat cheered. He says, have you ever been diagnosed with adult ADD? There's a certain slide that doesn't completely cover your camera, and we can see you swinging side to side. Is that a tick or something? I've done that my whole life. I don't know if it's restless leg syndrome. I don't know what it is. But when I sit still, I can't sit still. Seriously, like mostly it's hard for me to sit still. When I sit down to eat dinner, my wife will say, you're doing it again. I'm like, huh? Oh shit, I'm moving my leg around. Let me sit into a comfortable position where I won't wiggle around. And, you know, that's just how I've been. I don't know what it is. My whole life I've been like that. Mr. Hurdy-Gurdy Man cheered. He says, I saw on Twitter. That's what he actually said. What? White people don't wash their legs with soap in the shower. Just their faces and armpits. Can you confirm or deny? No, here's what we do. All right? So we jump in the shower, and we wet our face and our upper torso. Then we flip into a handstand, so the shower sprays on our crotch, and then we immediately exit the shower and dry off. That's how we wash. Yeah. You didn't know that? All right. Anyway, some shout-outs here. Thank you to the top cheers of the week so far. The week is still young. It's only Wednesday. But thank you to those who've cheered so far. The Cat Did It is in 10th place. FFEHU is in 9th. Hurdy-Gurdy Man's in 8th. Local Nomad in 7th. Rigatoto in 6th. Timbo and Captain Div are tied for 4th. Along with Easy for Stevie. So actually it's a triple tie for 3rd. No, actually it's a quadruple tie for 2nd with Rouge. And then in 1st place we got Angelo Bestia. You know what's weird? I swear people cheered more than this. I wonder if this leaderboard is not updating properly this week. I swear people cheered more than this, but maybe I'm mistaken. I don't know. Maybe just wishful thinking. Thank you to those who've gifted subs this week as well, including Hurdy-Gurdy Man, OGX Vocal, Hydrocarbon 1, Germ Worm, King Cuck, Chipe, and Nihilistic Goldfish all gifted a single sub. And then Diocletian gifted 2 subscriptions to the channel this week so far. All right, ladies and gentlemen. That is it for the pre-stream. Thank you for being supportive. Thanks for chilling with me. I will come back in a bit with Danganronpa V3. But in the meantime, take this opportunity yourselves to grab a drink or a snack, use the restroom, whatever it is you like to do. Well, I use the restroom. And then we're going to come back full force with the continuation of the suspenseful thriller murder mystery. Although no murders have taken place yet, it's pretty much the theme of the game. So we'll see what happens when I return in just a few. Thank you guys. I will see you in a bit.